This scorching summer near Washington, D.C. was made even hotter thanks to great lacrosse. Athletes Unlimited flew into focus with its next sport and created memorable fireworks. In these leagues, there can be only one champion. Kat Osterman delivered blazing softball success last summer. Then the sensational Jordan Larson ruled over volleyball this winter. Over the past 5 weeks, the level of lacrosse has been outstanding. A dazzling showcase of the sport like never before. One which Taylor Cummings has taken to heart.
Ron Beck ran on a racetrack. A Puzo shut down by Geiger. Cummings inside to score.
Today, a new champion will be inscribed into the Book of Unlimited, while 4 medalists will reign over this inaugural season. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, what began as a walk into the unknown, has achieved its mission, leaving the next generation in love. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. And then there was only one game left to help decide a champion with 2 captains' names up in lights. The final battle features Team Kaylee Waters up against the squad led by Taylor Cummings. It all comes down to this Geico leaderboard. 5 weekends worth of intensity still sees Taylor Cummings in control. The top 4 spots at the end of business today earn medals. Keep your eyes peeled on positions 7, 8, and 9. The law firm of Apuzzo, Reed & McCool could be on the move. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland, I'm Joe Beninati. We are down to the final 4 quarters. What are the captains saying?
You know, it's all about finishing as a team, playing together, working as one. They've done it for 4 weeks prior to. This is their last game in week 5. So it's having fun as well. You want to make sure that you're going out there, not just doing what you need to do on the field, but for those around you.
Taylor Cummings is used to winning, and I mean winning at every level. That happiness follows her around like a puppy dog. She has a chance to be a big winner today.
Taylor does such a great job working with teammates on the field, always putting herself in a position to help. We see that one-handed grab, the extension. She is a competitor in every sense of the word. You see her slicing and dicing through defensive players right there. She's explosive and powerful, but she can also cut. So that's a triple threat when you can do all 3. Dodge, feed, in addition to cutting. It's all about timing and working well with those around you.
It's been a daily dose of lacrosse excellence from this player. She contributes in so many different ways. Her all-around game is what's taken her to the top. Now, one person who would love to put a stop to Taylor, figuratively and literally, is goalie Kaylee Waters. Her individual excellence and team excellence puts her in a very nice place, too.
Kaylee does a great job of being that quarterback of the defense in goal. She has such quick hands. Her eyes never leave the ball. It allows for her to have very quick reactions in tight. She's athletic, not just in the goal cage, but outside of the crease as well, oftentimes starting the offense in transition.
We just love her compete level, her quickness, her never-ending string of happy days with a smile on her face. We'll find out if she can win it all this evening. Court, Athletes Unlimited has found a fun formula to make every moment count in these games. But when you boil it all down, it's the winning that matters the most.
This is how players move up the leaderboard. Those quarter points are so very important. They're worth 20 points. Everybody on your team gets them when you have a win. And then game MVPs are awarded at the end of each game. You don't have to be the winning team in order to be voted, but it's about getting noticed. Anybody who's earning individual statistically points on the field, whether it's good points in terms of goals, caused turnovers, ground balls, saves, or mistakes can also detract from that, whether you have your shot saved or anything else on the field. Make sure to be efficient on the field.
We started down this path 5 weeks ago, and it's been a terrific journey. 58 of the best in the business, separated into 4 teams that changed up weekly through a captain's draft. Thousands upon thousands of points have been amassed, but there's only room for one champion tonight once this game is complete. We have been able to bring you down to the field throughout the 5 weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. We are happily going into the game. Haley Hicklin is there. Haley, tell us how number 43, who starts in goal, how is Kaylee feeling right about now?
Oh, she's feeling hyped and ready to go. We all are today, Joe. It's the last day, and, you know, we just got to go and leave it all out on the field today. So we're all ready.
Haley will be eavesdropping on you from time to time. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thanks, Joe.
At the opposite end of the field, Britt Reed. Britt, you've been really honest with me the whole summer. So give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10. Just how nervous are you right now?
Oh, I'm never nervous.
Never?
No, it's excitement. It's all excitement. It's all, everything I do is just to get me excited and keep me in the game.
That's so awesome. That's exactly why you make all those saves. Britt Reed, thank you. We'll be checking in from time to time. Officials today, Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Kathy Russo, and Liz Brush. Team Cummings in gold, Team Waters in orange. It's Cummings and Waters at the top of the leaderboard for now, but in the next couple of hours, expect things to shuffle up quite a bit. Marie McCool is in that thought process when you're thinking about the top 4 medalists. The first possession, 6-on-6 to the team in the orange. Johansson outside the 8-meter key for Kenzie Kent. She scores 20 seconds into the game.
Team Waters starting things off quickly. When Amanda Johansson gained possession of that draw control, her eyes were up. We saw both defenders staring at Amanda Johansson. That backdoor cut by Kenzie Kent, very underused, but it's so easy to do. As soon as you see your defensive player looking at the girl with the ball, you want to immediately take off to goal, give yourself the best position to score, and that's exactly what Kenzie did.
Kenzie Kent with goals in 8 of her last 9, denting the twine behind Britt Reed and getting Team Waters off to a flying start. This squad dressed in orange fell on Friday 10-9 to Team Glynn, fell on Saturday to Team Oldmiller 12-11. It's not like they've been blown out by any stretch. Team Cummings in gold has won its first 2 outings this weekend as we've reached game 30 of 30 this season. So glad to have you on board with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network. Kent takes a knee and she'll bring it along. She leads this league in assists. She has the early goal. Levy, a 2-point threat, looking for Alex Ost. Ost hovering at the cage. Move it for Haley Warden, whose play has improved with each passing game. Warden spins, picked up by Cummings.
Joe, they're testing out the waters right now, seeing how tight Becca Block is going to be for Kenzie Kent. She wasn't on that matchup straight from the draw, but they've made that adjustment.
Kent off the sweep. Powers in there with that elevator shot. She lifted it over top of the goal. 9 seconds to shoot. Off the quick restart. Kent ran out of room. Levy, sharp angle. Bouncer that goes wide. On the sideline, Pelton sprints. Kira comes up with the ground ball. Nobody in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse has a better one-loss record than Kira Pelton. 31 in gold is 11-3. Block with a great speed. Outlets for Little. Little rolls past Taryn Vanthoff, and Team Cummings gets the offensive set. Taylor inside the 8-meter key. You score from outside of that, you'll get 2 points on the scoreboard and 16 for yourself.
Patience offensively by Team Cummings, wanting to make sure everyone gets a touch on the ball, feels comfortable before they get into their set.
Apuzzo inside, blocked away by Simpkins. Ball down. It comes up for Team Waters. Warden drawing a crowd, then she gave it up. McPartland unsettled off the face dodge, was fouled by Haley Warden. Possession for Team Cummings. Early stages of this final game on the championship weekend. Temperatures in the low 80s most of the day. Skies overcast. The lights have been on all day long at Maureen Hendricks Field. Earlier, an overtime decision in game number 29. Team Glynn downing Team Oldmiller 7-6. Alyssa Perella with a game winner. Tumalo drifting below goal line extended. Michelle Tumalo finds McCool. Team Cummings has a ton of offensive weapons. Tumalo for Apuzzo. McCool with 20 seconds to shoot. Marie was wearing a knee brace yesterday on her left leg. We don't see that today. Taylor Cummings spots Kelly McPartland. Terrapin to Terrapin there. McCool runs into the defensive Warden. Sharp angle, quick stick attempt from Cummings. She fanned on it. 2 seconds now, 1. Shot clock violation as Waters makes that save. Kaylee Waters in second place on the overall leaderboard. Her opposite captain, Taylor Cummings, has a commanding lead. Ball was checked out of the cross. Tumalo over that midfield line. The official stopping play as we near the midway mark of quarter number 1. The only strike from number 10, who has the ball here, Kenzie Kent.
With the high-powered offense of Team Cummings, you see the zone defense that Team Waters is facing, deciding to try and take away those Dodgers. They're so very successful.
Warden on the bouncer that goes wide of Reed. It's backed up by Block. Becca on the outlet, a perfect strike for Little. Little loves to run in transition, working for Tumalo. Tumalo far flank. No fast break there. Settle in 6-on-6. Apuzzo going to the cage. Stopped by Waters. Kaylee Waters vacuumed that one up. It was labeled for the corner. Waters goes behind the back. How about that 30-yard pass for Simpkins? Oohs and ahs from the crowd assembled at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. We hear the horn blare out in a timeout. 3 minutes, 36 seconds left in the opening frame. Waters dialed in, exceptionally quick, confident, and cool as a cat with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
Seems like it was just yesterday. Opening ceremonies 5 weekends ago for Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse's inaugural season. All the colors on display, the talent level fantastic as we are in the final game. Championship weekend with Team Waters, a 1-0 advantage. Courtney, these two teams have to go a far way to outdo the earlier game today. Katie Glynn late in regulation with a huge stop to force overtime.
Katie Glynn showed why she's so confident coming in the second half. Situations like these, she's their team captain. She likes it when she's on the line. She propelled her team not just to a win, but in order for them to get into that overtime win.
Alyssa Perello off the free position makes a winner of Katie Glynn and her mates, and they were jumping for joy. And now they sit and wait and watch the shuffle on the Geico overall leaderboard. Glynn sits third. Kayla Wood, her teammate today, in fourth. There will be 4 medal winners by close of business today after the MVP voting is all put in. 1 champion out of the 58 that were assembled in residence, some 30 miles north of Washington, D.C. Marie McCool finds Apuzzo. A shaky handoff there. Cummings is inverted, picked up by McKenzie. Off the pump fake, McCool feeds. McPartland thought about it. Tumalo keeps it hot. Apuzzo is next, halfway through the shot clock. McPartland swings. Tumalo is the crafty lefty. She fires. That's off the outside of the goal. Waters has that.
Joe, this defense is only going to give up 2 things. They want to feed going to the inside so they can knock it down as we see them do previously, or they want players taking shots from far out. That way, Kaylee has a good eye on where that ball is coming from.
When play began today, Cummings led Waters by 187 points. That was the distance between first and second. You would think that's insurmountable, but if Team Waters in orange plays the way they're doing right now, and were to sweep, let's say, win those quarter points by quarter, 20 each, all of a sudden things could change and become extremely interesting.
We already see that she's had several saves within this first quarter. However, offensively, her team has been plagued just by turning the ball over. They're unforced errors, meaning no defensive players making them do that. So they need to tighten things up offensively because their defense has been locked down at this point.
The only goal on the board for Kenzie Kent with the team dressed in orange. Cummings for two, denied. 6 more points for Waters with that stop. Kaylee Waters is razor sharp. Running away from Tumalo, hoists it cross field. Oh, she didn't need to do that. That's -8 after you make the save and earn 6. You lose 8 when you commit a turnover. 1-0, a little bit more than 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Folks, we want to get you even closer to the game. Join the Unlimited Club for free by downloading the Athletes Unlimited app today. You'll receive all the latest news and updates into the palm of your hand, stream digital games, and unlock special access and more. If you're looking for more than that, you're invited to upgrade. Upgrade that membership for a whole year of behind-the-scenes access to all the Athletes Unlimited seasons. Join the players in voting for game MVPs and end-of-season awards. Visit auprosports.com. That's auprosports.com to learn more. Terrific crowd in attendance in the stands here at Maureen Hendricks Field. Our presenting field partners, a shout out of thanks to all the good people with Geico. Throughout the day, we'll take you into the game right now with defender Caroline Wakefield.
Is this thing on? Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the orange squad.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
We're about to break loose today. Watch out. I'm sweating too.
Big 3-7. Big 3-7 to pork chop.
Pork chop to pigeon.
We got a niner, code red.
Dude, this is the championship game though. Come on, right? I agree.
I mean, dude, this is so exciting. It's so because like I can't believe it's over. Like I just finished the season, I got upset, then I got asked back, and now I'm.
Young lady's never had a bad day in her life, has she? She has so much fun out there. We can't wait to check in with her from time to time. Outstanding performer during her days in Chapel Hill.
Last night had the opportunity to talk with Caroline Wakefield as well as the family who she's playing for. Preston's League is her cause. She's just a bundle of joy. She loves playing, just as she had mentioned, but that excitement, the energy, I see where she gets it from because I had the opportunity to meet her parents as well, and they are a ball of fun.
Daughter of Mike and Kelly. She can play the game too, Caroline Wakefield. She can shut you down. Team Cummings, with all that offensive firepower, has been whitewashed for the first 6+ minutes of the opening quarter. McCool for Apuzzo straight away. Unfamiliar territory for Sam. She's usually lurking around the goal circle. Shovel shot from Cummings goes wide. 15 seconds to shoot, 50 in the quarter. McCool sets it, puts it on a platter for Cummings, gets it right back. McCool zipped it wide. Nervous offensive looks from Team Cummings in the gold jerseys. That pass to the interior is too high. Warden with some get up and go, sprinting the other way. As Team Waters can have the last possession of this quarter, a chance for them to bank 20 points if the score remains the same or if they improve on the lead.
Looks like they're setting up for the final shot, using that clock to their advantage.
Warden, national champion out of James Madison. Kent comes to get it, trying to run past block. 2 speedsters on display there. Johansson has 2-point shooting range. She shoots it late. Reed made the save as the opening 8 minutes of this first quarter are complete. Another low-scoring opening frame as we're tearing it up.
Hi, I'm Taylor Cummings, and you're watching Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network.
Current #1 on the overall leaderboard, has plenty of fan support in the stands. She and her mates, however, trailing team Kaylee Waters after 8 minutes of action. Courtney, when we look at Taylor's total ledger, closing in on 1,900, what makes her the all-around player that she is?
Well, first and foremost, it's the fact that she plays midfield. She has the ability to win draws, cause turnovers on the defensive end of the field, score goals. So a player who's maybe on just one end of the field only has opportunities at one of those options. She sees everything except for a save.
She's a vocal leader, and she spoke with us recently to tell us why she loves this sport.
I love lacrosse because I've met the best people throughout this game. You know, I started and I was a young player who wasn't really good, but the people kept me in it, and between that, the people and the fast pace, the competitive, it's a place where I feel the truest form of myself. So I have loved playing for the past 20 years, and I'm very fortunate to continue doing so.
The daughter of Michael and Carol, Dad said, be humble, be hungry. Cummings is eating up the competition with a #1 overall ranking on the Geico leaderboard. Should it hold, she'll be crowned the inaugural Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse champion, following in the footsteps of softball pitcher Kat Osterman, volleyballer Jordan Larson. Season #2 for softball soon to start this coming weekend, in fact, in Rosemont, Illinois. Courtney, are you surprised at all by this score just 8 minutes into the game?
You know, I know that Team Waters watched the game of Team Cummings versus Team Glenn, and even though Team Glenn lost, they played a zone defense. And when I talk about each and every offensive player that's on Team Cummings, they all have tremendous ability to score. And they saw that if we play that similar style defense, we can kind of keep them in check and keep things tight. Did I expect for 0 goals? No, but I knew that it was going to make the game a closer game, just like we saw yesterday.
Ella Simpkins gets a couple points for herself with a draw control. Simpkins among the Defensive Player of the Year finalists. That award will be presented in our closing ceremonies, as voted on by the players and by members of the Unlimited Club. Taryn Van Thoff kept to the outside of the 8-meter key.
Again, Team Waters texting the actual Waters, trying to see how far they can make that defensive player go off of Kenzie Kent. And Becca Block, as a defender, she is just all over her, not giving her much space to receive that ball.
Amanda Johansson has 10 seconds to shoot, drifting below goal line extended now with McCool there at her hip. Johansson sent it wide of the cage, closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the playing field, gets possession after the shot. So this goes to Team Cummings in gold. 2nd minute now of the 2nd quarter. Turnover. Haley Warden off the ride, looking for the scoop there with Pelton as well as Levy. They fight for it. Levy had it in her cross, and she settles in for another offensive possession.
At this point, Team Waters, they just look poised, ready to go. You had talked about looking a little frantic from Team Cummings. They just haven't settled into their game at this point. They're playing in to the style of play by Team Waters, and ideally you want to lead on the field.
Warden offers this one for Kent. Kent will drag Block far from the cage. Kenzie Kent, electrifying attacker, plays for Levy. Levy didn't make the catch. There's still 23 seconds left on the shot clock, just 2 minutes into quarter 2. Levy, great move. Behind the back on the pitch, it's just sent high by Taryn Van Thoff. Levy, who has goals in 10 straight. Kent settles, gets inside, shuffles that one too high. Kenzie Kent's patented elevator shot, as this is a 60-second shot clock violation. Amazingly, we are 1-0. Almost 11 minutes into the game.
That's when you know that each of the captains did a great job last Monday in the draft, picking even teams, high-powered teams, good defenses. It's a lot of pressure when the captains are picking a team, trying to see who works well with one another.
It's part of the qualities of a champion as Cummings tries to work underneath McKenzie. Apuzzo, big face dodge right into a triple team. Kaylee Waters' defense has been great. Ronbeck to the elbow. Lindsey Ronbeck, former Florida Gator. For Cummings. Cummings carving to a sharp angle, no sail there. Johansson with the ball down. Amanda picks it up. Lost it though to Apuzzo in a wild scramble. Johansson, who missed the first couple of weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse with a bad ankle. She served as a facilitator, a helper, an advisor. The facilitator for Team Cummings is Abby Jackson. For Team Waters, it's Lauren Kahn. McCool, plenty of time to operate. Cummings looking for a passing lane. McCool shaded by McKenzie, member of the Player Executive Committee. So too, Michelle Tumalo, 35 in goal. Stevens gets doubled, and it's a takeaway for Wakefield. Caroline Wakefield using Waters as an outlet. The keeper has a very good stick. She plays it along for Warden, and it's a successful clear for the team in orange.
Joe, Team Waters defensively, they're moving like a well-oiled machine within their zone. One player pulling another as they shift and maneuver as cutters are coming from Team Cummings, but their communication, it's on point, and it's all about how quick can you move and cover your area.
Kenzie Kent on the roll dodge against Block. Block stays with her with that tremendous footwork. Levy back behind the cage. Walks the dog there. Stuffed by Britt Reed. Levy's move was exceptional. She tried to finish in style, and Reed said, no, you don't. With a timeout on the field. The lowest scoring game by far in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse this season. You think it's all because of the netminders and the D. Just one measly marker on the board in front of lacrosse lovers here at Maureen Hendricks Field of the Maryland Soccerplex with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network. Folks, we remind you about an action-packed Cowboy Clash. The toughest sport on dirt heads to Nashville for the Ariat Music City Knockout. Catch PBR, Unleash the Beast, coming up next on CBS Sports Network. Folks, you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition sets feature all the athletes plus additional cards about the league and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. These sets are available to purchase now through August 27th at Topps, TOPPS.com. Kayla Wood, 3 times a captain during the 5 weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. These two captains squaring off, Waters and Cummings, figuring quite prominently on the Geico overall leaderboard. The goalkeeper trying to reel Taylor in, and you can see she's closing the deficit. These players are all on the field tonight.
Every save counts as we see all of these players in gold. They have the best opportunity of overtaking, moving up that leaderboard, but it's a matter of how the team does, which reflects on you, the individual.
Kenzie Kent and Team Waters won the first quarter. They get the 20 points thanks to Kent's goal, which happened just 20 seconds into the game. Since then, there's been nothing on the board. If this game continues to play out in this shocking fashion, then all of a sudden, all those players we thought wearing gold, 7, 8, and 9, Apuzzo, Reed, McCool, all of a sudden they may not squeeze into the top 4 and earn medals. Katie Glynn and her folks in blue for this championship weekend, already with their game complete. could be stepping to the podium later.
Joe, that was a costly error. Team Cummings was offside at the restraining line, so the ball immediately goes to Team Waters as they look to clear. They'll have their full 60.
Molly Garrett had no troubles doing that. She had back-to-back 2-goal games last weekend, 32 in the orange. Amanda Johansson, we touched on her ability to shoot from deep as Kent gets inside. Shovel shot, snared by Britt Reed. Reed makes that good save, now comes up looking to clear. Ball down. Alex Aust spins away from traffic. Aust settles in to another 6-on-6 for Team Waters. Levy for 2, scores! Nicole Levy, high heat.
Joe, that 2-point goal extends the lead for Team Waters. Now up 3-0. We see as Molly Garrett got the ball into the hands of Nicole Levy. She had been calling for it from quite some time. She knew she was open. She was ready and waiting, winding up, looking to give her team some more points.
This is a rifle. Nicole Levy, goals in 12 straight. She's been there all month plus long atop the 2-point goal leaderboard. She bags another with the overall tally number 20 on the campaign. Speaking of those 2-goal threats, 2-point shooters, Levy is that extraordinaire. You'll see her at the top of a list with Shayna Parekha. Levy now taking over the lead.
Anything from this point on that we see, they have the opportunity to break records that are previously set. Shayna Parekha not participating in this game. Obviously, Amanda Johansson, Marie McCool are, but that shows the range. Nicole Levy, she's so good in tight and around the crease, but she loves to wind up when given the opportunity, so you can't sleep on her.
Team Cummings, no points on the board, just 6 shots, 7 turnovers for the team in gold in this opening half. Folks, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone and enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app. You'll start earning points. Don't have the Athletes Unlimited app? Then you need to head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards. Stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. On the overall leaderboard, the top 15 on display. The top 4 win medals later tonight. Britt Reed in the cage, hanging around in the 8th spot. Katie Glenn and Kayla Wood, 3 and 4 in blue. Their work day is done. Waters still very much in the picture in the number 2 spot. Can she wind up overtaking Taylor Cummings? Draw control. Points belong to Marie McCool. McCool, flashy midfielder, tremendous speed. Yields the ball to Michelle Tumalo, who will be the new head coach at the United States Military Academy for the women's program. Apuzzo has been watched carefully by Mackenzie throughout the day. Ronbeck for Cummings. Send it on around. This is what a zone defense can do, huh?
You want them to feed the ball inside. Number 1, you're able to cause that turnover as soon as it's in the air, or those shots from the outside. Kaylee Waters is ready. She's waiting to eat them up.
Tumalo feeds. Stevens off the pump fake, 15 seconds to shoot. Tumalo finds Apuzzo. Score! Sam Apuzzo.
Just as we were talking about those outside shots, Sam Apuzzo taking advantage, but that only happens with quick ball movement. We see the ball moving all the way around that critical scoring area. Michelle Tumalo, an excellent feeder. Her eyes are always up. Sam shooting that to the weak side, which is exactly where you want to shoot it to on any goalkeeper, especially Kaylee Waters. soon as she receives the ball, she was winding up, dialing it in, ready to shoot from a range, and those are going to be the looks that they're given, only from the outside, or they can try and get it to the inside, but they're going to be tight handles.
Each player in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse had the chance to dress for 15 games this season. Apuzzo has scored in all 15. That's why she's the goal-scoring leader in this pro league. Getting her team finally onto the score sheet at the tail end of the second quarter. Now looking to put points back to back. Little comes carving ahead, ran right into Johansson, who made the strip. Aust unsettled, looking for numbers ahead of the field. Alertly there was Reed to handle that deflection from Levy.
Joe, when I think of how many times they've taken quick possessions offensively, Team Waters, as opposed to settling things down, relaxing, wasting some time on the clock, you want to make sure you're managing that clock well. But it does make for some exciting lacrosse. Those opportunities aren't there, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kaylee Waters, the captain, or the facilitator, is talking about let's slow things down. We're in the lead right now.
Timeout called. Waters is leading the second quarter 2-1 with those 20 points on the line. Tomorrow night, 11 Eastern. You can join our college football experts. They highlight past and present storylines across the country, all while previewing the upcoming season with in-depth analysis and hot takes. Catch Inside College Football right here on CBS Sports Network. A thank you to our presenting field partners at Geico for their support all Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season long. We began back in July expecting to see high-level lacrosse. These great athletes have exceeded our expectations.
And they've exceeded, and they've done so all while having new teammates each and every week. Drafts are held on Monday. New teams are formed. As we look at this, Team Gold, they have a lot of players in the lead. They've been sweeping teams consistently throughout the weekend, often earning each of those quarter-point wins, or at least 3 out of the quarter-point wins.
Apuzzo, the lone goal for the team wearing the gold jerseys. 48 seconds in the quarter, 43 on the shot clock. So pretty much Team Cummings can have the final possession. Apuzzo will chase it down. They just haven't been sharp. Nowhere near as sharp as you would expect them to be. Tumalo, there's still plenty of time. Forced back by Warden. Move it for Cummings. Taylor shifting gears away from Warden. Tumalo off the split dodge. Michelle finds McCool from the angle. Stopped by Waters. Kaylee Waters, 6 points for every save she's making, and they're piling up quickly as this opening half comes to its end. Team Waters has swept the first 2 quarters. 40 points for everybody in orange, and you can tell just how fired up 43 in the gold, or rather in the orange, is.
Kaylee Waters, that quarterback in the goal cage, coming up with that game plan of playing a zone to minimize the dodging of Team Cummings. What an outstanding job that she's done. Eyes have been honed in on every single one of these shots from the outside. She's prepared, she's confident, and she's holding that position.
Fantastic work by the player in the goal circle and all those protecting her on the outside, including Caroline Wakefield. Surprisingly, it is a 3-1 advantage after 16 minutes of work. Hello, Kaylee. I have to ask you, have you seen any better defense than that in a half this season?
I have not, Joe. It's so unreal what's in front of me. I'm so happy playing behind all those defenders. They're going real hard at everything, and we're trusting each other and staying composed out there.
Kaylee, what was the sentiment in the locker room before coming out for your final game?
It was more just like, this is all we got. You know, the other team, it's they're undefeated and we're defeated, and we're going to prove ourselves, you know, that the past 2 games hasn't meant anything. All we have is this game, and we're going to play together and have fun out there.
Halfway home, Kaylee. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Kaylee Waters and her team in orange. A crushing defensive performance in the first half. A 3-1 lead, tearing it up.
This isn't your pretty pink umbrella in a drink night. This ain't your spaghetti strap little black dress night. All I'm saying is that you better get your game face on. Vodka Red Bull, make it strong. We're tearing it up all night long. Tearing it up. Tearing it up. No, I can't get enough. Tearing it up.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. If we've learned anything in the last 5 weeks of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, is that you never know what can happen. Team Waters and Team Cummings. Team Cummings, the favorite coming into tonight's action, trailing by 2 after 2 quarters of play. Our players were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their careers. Let's listen to Amber McKenzie.
I think for me, the belief comes in the preparation and knowing that although maybe I'm not like the fastest or the fittest where I used to be, or not drafted #1 anymore, for me it's that I have the leadership that I've played this sport for so long. I know the game and I know how to be a really good teammate, and I might not be the fastest, but I also know okay, this is the angle I need to take to play this player. Maybe that's how I can just stop her from getting around me, rather than just trying to do this amazing athletic feat at 34.
Amber's had a whole lot of fun playing with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Former world defender back in '09. Tremendous career with the North Carolina Tar Heels. 2 times a world champion, and just having a blast. And in the stands that her boys Storm and Bolt are cheering on Mom. It has been a defensive showcase in the first 16 minutes. 3-1 for Team Waters on CBS Sports Network.
Impossible? Ha! Watch me. That word is not in my vocabulary. Welcome to my mentality, where I will show you freedom, recognition, for every athlete, every woman, for my team, for me. Say my name because I am the best at what I do. The All-American, the Olympian. My craft is my free expression, where I compete to win. I stand for racial equality, gender equality, income equality, as a guaranteed, tangible reality. Welcome to where I play, where I am free.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. They truly are the best at what they do in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. And after 2 quarters of play, Team Waters has Team Cummings down 3-1. The Golden Girls have some figuring out to do. So I'm going to ask you, Courtney Martinez-Connor, what exactly the adjustments are first for Team Cummings, and then how do you counteract that if you're Team Waters?
Well, you want to make sure you're finishing your offensive opportunities. And if they're going to be playing in a zone, obviously we've seen them take some shots from downtown. They've only tried to feed it in 1 time. They can handle the ball well. All you need is a head of a stick. So I do expect for them to have other looks as opposed to a shot from the outside. And then on the flip side, obviously Team Waters, they're doing a great job defensively, but as many times as they've had the ball on offense, they haven't had those best opportunities because they've been coughing up the ball, giving the ball right back, and their defense has to play on repeat yet again.
You and I have seen 30 games. This one's a head scratcher to me. Let's get to the highlights. Off the jump, 20 seconds into the game, it's Kenzie Kent.
Immediately in this fast break, we see both defensive players looking at the ball handler. And Kenzie Kent put herself in a great position to give a backdoor cut, which is what you want to do. You want to put yourself in a spot to score. She did just that. And then another quick ball movement, finding the weak side, that open player. Nicole Levy with another 2-pointer. This is why she leads the league.
A jolt to the system. Team Cummings was down 3-love, and then
Sam Apuzzo finally penetrating from that shot from downtown. Quick ball movement is key for them offensively, but as we look right now, Team Waters is out shooting their opponent, so that's a big statistic. Everything else is pretty much even. That's a lot of turnovers for two really good teams out on the field.
World-class firepower on both squads, especially so for Team Cummings. When you look at the Geico overall leaderboard, Taylor has the lead. We're only going to crown one champion. There are 4 medals on the line and still plenty of blue-clad customers in that top 4.
When you look at what players need to do on the field, we talked about this. Cummings had such a great lead leading into today's game. However, if her team is swept and she's not performing, either getting all those little stats, she can be knocked off, but it's a perfect scenario.
We will have the second half for you in just a few moments. 2-goal deficit for the Golden Gang. In Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, entering Sunday championship weekend, Taylor Cummings was in the driver's seat. #1 on the overall leaderboard, this all-around midfielder. Do it all at both ends. Inspirational captain. And her mates, they've run into a roadblock. Team Waters a 3-1 advantage after 2 quarters. Taylor, you've been there, done that. You've seen these things happen from time to time. You're good at keeping your composure. What needs to get done in the second half?
I think defensively we're doing well. Offensively, we're starting to figure out their zone a little bit. Just need a little more ball movement, a little more movement of our bodies, and have a little fun. I think we're all a little tight out there, and we just need to relax and play.
Taylor, this is the final game out of 30 this season. What has everything meant to you leading into this game?
It's just been a great experience to play alongside and against so many awesome people and players. So no matter how this ends, just really grateful to have been a part of it.
Pleasure to watch you work, Taylor. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Getting set for the second half. Before we get going in quarter number 3, let's go into the game with Caroline Wakefield.
Trust the process.
You can go for it. Like, don't be afraid. Like,
I'm good, thanks.
I also think we can be like a little bit more composed. I think that we're like kind of like crazy, especially when we're like clearing. But just stay calm because I know I'm like rattled too.
Recharge your batteries. Let's go. That's right, Orange. Great job.
Killed it.
Let's go. Great job. Great job. Good job. Yeah. That's what see, I know. I saw you kind of hesitate on one.
I got scared.
Remember when I scored myself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude.
It's because you got taped on that pole, isn't it?
It is.
It's because you got taped on that pole.
Scared. Dude, these Gatorade shoes are a freaking legacy. Yeah, duh, of course, man. Great job, man. I love it.
Always time for a quick snack there for Caroline Wakefield. Courtney, I find it fascinating. You know, you can hear it in their voices. Both of these teams, Waters and Cummings, in this championship weekend finale, they're a little bit tight. These are the athletes who've combined for 24 national championships, 23 gold medals, and yet this matters. This means something to them, and they're all dealing with the nervousness in their own way.
Right, you want to harness that nervousness, put it into good energy. I think we've seen that already from Team Waters, but I think they can do it a little bit more, and Team Cummings needs to flip the switch for quarters 3 and 4.
Warden and Apuzzo at the draw control. Ball down. Cummings with a scoop. That was a terrific ground ball in traffic. So now Taylor picks up 2 points for the draw possession. There are 20 points available for each team, whichever squad wins this third quarter. The first 2 quarters have been swept by Team Waters. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you from Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. The lights have been on all day. just past the 7 o'clock hour Eastern time. Temperatures in the 80s, overcast skies, the typical humidity of the Mid-Atlantic region. A surprising first half, a 3-1 lead for the team in orange. Tumalo pass, looking for Stevens. She didn't get it in her cross. 14 seconds to shoot. Cummings drifting behind the goal. Taylor Cummings inside, roll, swatted away by Waters. Ball down, Waters gets her 4th save. For every stop, she gets 6 points. Roughhousing for that loose ball, and it will come up for Wakefield. Knocked down by Cummings, possession for Team Waters. What a defensive stand it has been for the team in orange.
They've done an outstanding job on the defensive end of the field. They're moving together. They seem like they're having fun on the defensive end of the field, and it's translating that into the offensive side. We heard about them being frantic when we went into the game with Caroline Wakefield, and I think they need to apply that a bit more because they just seem jumpy offensively.
Game 30 of 30 in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. More than half of the games have been decided by 2 points or less. Warden off a redodge move against McPartland. Shifting gears back behind the cage, 13 seconds on the shot clock. We play 6-on-6 at this end of the field. The goals are 80 yards apart. Levy, who had a 2 earlier today, she scored from outside that 8-meter key. Down to 2 seconds. Shot clock violation. Nicole just floats that one away.
We see the defensive team Cummings. They're denying a few players the ball. Kenzie Kent, Alex Ost, they do not want them initiating from behind.
I realize, Courtney, these games are only 8-minute quarters, but you can't go through too many dry possessions this early. There's still plenty of time, and it's just a 2-point game. Tumalo sweeps up top. Michelle Tumalo, among the top 3 in assists this summer. McCool didn't come up with that. It's Amanda Johansson the other way with Taryn Vanthoff. Recently engaged during this summer run. Johansson for 2, rings the crossbar. That had Britt Reed beaten. Closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the playing surface, gets possession. The officials gonna award the ball to Team Waters. Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Kathy Russo, and Liz Brush. Amanda Johansson with a high heat and some heavy metal. A very pleasant sound if you're Britt Reed in goal. (3-1) still. Approaching the midway mark in the third quarter. 3-1 for Team Waters. Folks, head to auprosports.com. That's where you can get your Athletes Unlimited gear. And don't forget to follow us on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. The fans have been here in droves, especially today, the final day of this Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season. Athlete causes, allowing the athletes to play their season in part for the benefit of nonprofit organizations of their choice. Let's listen in to more from Molly Stevens.
Hi, my name is Molly Stevens and I'm playing for City Lacrosse. I'm playing for City Lacrosse because lacrosse is a big part of my life, and I've gotten to teach, younger generations, and I think it's super important to get kids involved in athletics no matter what the sport is, so I think they have a great mission.
The Give Lively Foundation is going to make a grant equal to 50% of the athletes' end-of-season bonus to their nonprofit partners. Molly Stevens, first-team All-America during her days at Florida. She was the Big East Attacker of the Year.
Joe, earlier in the season, we talked a lot about City Lacrosse, their mission, focus, and vision, how it's dedicated to establishing lacrosse as a mainstream sport in New York City through their partnerships with public school systems. I love the fact that each and every one of these players, they chose a cause that's so special to them. Often, a lot of times, they have that connection, a special connection, whether it's a family member or a good friend.
All of the players across the Athletes Unlimited platforms, whether it be softball, volleyball, lacrosse, encouraged to be civic leaders. And you can tell that they're thrilled with the opportunity. Kenzie Kent had that one ricochet around, and it did not get past Britt Reed. Team Cummings in need of an offensive spark. Will they get it from their captain? Taylor Cummings is 27 in gold. She began the day on top of the Geico leaderboard. She had a healthy lead, but her team has sputtered so far, herself included, especially at the offensive end. Tumalo directing traffic. Apuzzo at the 8-meter key. McCool with 20 seconds to shoot. Halfway through the third. This game is flying by. Cummings feeds. Moving on around for McCool. Trying to isolate off the split. She sent it wide. Backup belongs to Tumalo. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tumalo skipping around that circle. Quick stick. Deflection. Score! McPartland sent it on the way. It was a bumpy way to the back of the goal.
Joe, defense is talking right now. Looks like they feel like it hit one of the defensive players, which is what they're talking about. When you say deflection, where that shot hit, looked like it hit Caroline Wakefield based upon her reaction.
Officials in conference and at the scorer's table looking at the tablet to review this.
And Joe, that hit Caroline Wakefield.
It did.
Of Team Waters right in the shoulder.
And remember now, this is Kelly McPartland, who was ejected for a red card for hitting Kayla Wood with a shot yesterday. I know, Courtney, you remind me the onus is always on the shooting player from a safety perspective, but this is a quick stick for McPartland. How is she not to pull the trigger now?
When defense is crashing, again, the attacker is the one responsible. Defense, they were looking for that feed inside. They're all coming to that player. They're a healthy stick length away, but they were moving to where that ball was at.
Oops, off of Wakefield. Wakefield is saying to the officials immediately, she hit me with the ball.
If they were just standing in front of the goal cage, then I would say absolutely. Not making any attempt at that feed inside. However, they're moving. They were looking to double from behind, attack from either side of that goal cage, covering the Dodger from behind.
So it hits her like.
And they were actively moving off of that feed.
Liz Brush is wearing number 1 today. The official in conversation.
So here's the ball. Watch that. And it's this play. See the ball? Ball is above her stick. Can you see the ball?
Yeah, right there.
So it's above her stick. She never touches it with her stick, but now it gets her like.
Gets this.
Yep, gets her in the shoulder.
Yeah.
So we have to go red card.
Oh.
So.
Wow. Did I hear red card?
Slow it down.
McPartland's done again.
That is correct.
Holy moly.
Getting her in the shoulder, and she's just staying in one spot, then turning around. So it's not like she turned and ran in, but she stood still, turned around as in her spot. So we have to go red card. And she got hit the kid in the shoulder. Oh.
In that instance, with it being a quick stick release, you're asking McPartland to catch that and back away and not shoot it at all. That's what you're saying she has to do. The onus is on her.
Or shoot around.
Shoot around.
I mean, those players.
She's jumping up in the air to try that quick stick shot. That's not easy. And for a second consecutive day, 38 gold is kicked out. I understand yesterday's for sure. Today's, I could show some sympathy. And again, I know we're all about safety here.
Safety first. You know, I think we saw that one red card in the scrimmage. Very first time any of these players saw the field together, and it was on Katrina Dowd, and everybody realized at that point, like, okay, wait a second. If we want a fast-paced game, if we want to make sure we're still being safe without having shooting space, then we need to make sure we're being careful on the field. And she could catch it, bring it down, and continue dodging forward.
I'm amazed it doesn't happen more often, especially since team that's dressed in orange, Team Waters, has been in zone. So Wakefield's just sitting in the middle of that zone.
Actually, it's Ella Simpkins who's inside, but actively moving around. And I actually had the opportunity to talk with the referees before the game. When you're actively moving inside, covering different players and areas, then you will not be called for walling, right? And that's something that we saw for Team Glenn. Cookie Carr was called for just standing. Literally parking. She could have pulled up a chair inside, and that's not what they're seeing here. And nor am I, quite honestly. Everybody's actively moving, collapsing.
I do see Ella side by side with Wakefield there in the middle of that zone. And I know completely what you're saying. For McPartland, in that case, your team has one measly point on the board. You're trying to create offense as we eavesdrop again on the officials.
Okay, I'm back. I got another angle. So she's in, her heels are on the goal circle. So we have a goal and no red card.
Oh, okay, Professor Martinez-Connor, let me know now what's going on. Please. That is some turn of events. McPartland, not only does she get the reprieve out of jail, she was kicked off the field. She's going to get credit for the goal, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, no comment.
No comment from Courtney Martinez-Connor. Way to go out on a limb there, Courtney. No, I'm just teasing you. I mean, we are learning together, and I appreciate the clarification. I just think in McPartland's case there, it's very hard for me to think that she would leap in the air, make the catch, and not shoot that. Just take it down and move away.
Let me give you the flip side. Take NCAA games,
Go
right?
ahead, please.
And oftentimes it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't you call the shooting space? Because they call the dangerous shot and the yellow card goes to the attacker. But they could have, again, in the collegiate game, you catch the ball, you're not going to fire it just because it's not called. I need to give myself a clear lane, a better lane. Maybe they see it, they missed it, they're going to get the next one. And that's kind of these instances. It's on you as the attacking player.
Caroline Wakefield and Team Waters would disagree vehemently. Instead, McPartland gets out of jail free, and she gets 12 points for scoring the goal. Tumalo and Wakefield have been in conversation most of this game. Michelle Tumalo, part of the Player Executive Committee and Athletes Unlimited. The athletes are the leaders. They're the decision makers. There are no coaches. There are facilitators. Abby Jackson, the facilitator for Team Cummings. Team Waters' facilitator, Lauren Kahn. They were very active during that review. And as it turns out, the officials reversed the call, credit McPartland with a goal, and we have a whale of a game shaping up. Low scoring as it may be. Simpkins on the roll. Simpkins turns, bounces, scores! Ella Simpkins, the highest scoring defender in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
Joe, Ella Simpkins, goal number 3 for a defensive player. I know I've talked about her before. She was a midfielder in high school. Her college coach on the defensive end, Caitlin DeFleece, reminded her during this league, hey, you have the skills. Take it to go, feel free. Becca Block all over her. One of the best defensive players out there, and she's just wheeling and dealing, back and forth, protecting her stick. Difficult under immense pressure, and then taking her time, making sure she shoots around. She's seen a lot of her teammates out there firing that ball at the goal cage aimlessly. And right here, she sighted the cage, did a slight hesitation before dropping that stick. Tremendous job by Ella Simpkins, who ultimately won that draw control.
Almost 1,100 points for Ella on the overall leaderboard. She had a goal against Dempsey Arsenal's team in week 2, a goal against Katie Glenn in week 4, and now adds 12 more points to her tally and improves Team Waters' lead to 2 as we near 3 minutes to play in quarter 3. Marie McCool McCool this season has 10 multi-goal games. She's been shut down in the first 3 quarters. Just like the rest of her mates in the gold jerseys. Tallies for Team Cummings from Apuzzo and McPartland.
Joe, the other way offensively to break through a zone, start dodging. Start dodging, making them play you. That's how they found success versus Team Glenn. Even though they only scored 8 goals, and again, there's a lot of shooters out there.
How much do you have left in the tank right now? This is game 30, 5 weekends, double headers. Cummings wheels inside, follow-up chance. Stevens snapped it high. 10 seconds for Tumalo to shoot. 2.5 in the third. The feed, looking to the interior. That pass for Cummings was ripped off. Wakefield on the intercept. Caroline Wakefield is fouled. And in need of attention, getting a helping hand from Michelle Tumalo.
As we look right here, Caroline Wakefield, her head is always up. She has the speed to run the ball in transition, but obviously she wants to move it as quick as possible. The ball moves much faster than any player can run. It's always one of my favorite things to do to the little kids on the field. Oh, you think you can run faster than this pass?
Off the strip, Tumalo with a great ride. Unsettled closing in. Tumalo gets it back. She fanned on that sidewinder shot. Ball kicked outside the 8-meter key. McPartland comes up with it. 2 minutes to go in the third. 2-point deficit for Team Cummings in goal. In this third quarter alone, the score is level 1-1. So those 20 points are on the line now. If we are tied in the third quarter scoring, that would carry over to the fourth. Ronbeck making the connection. Cummings connecting the dots with MC Byrne, who played at Virginia Tech. Ronbeck for Cummings. Skip it to Tumalo. Feed it on around. Outside. Split dot. Score! Apuzzo! Magical!
We just talked about how to beat that zone. Other looks that you can do. Sam Apuzzo using her explosiveness on the field, giving a different look to their offense. Quick ball movement, catch the defense, shifting and a step behind. As soon as she catches it, I love the fact that she faked that pass or feed inside, immediately changed directions. That's not what Amanda Johansson was expecting defensively. They've been working around the perimeter, so she caught them not breaking down their steps very well. It's right here, boom. Change of direction quickly while she's exploding forward, and that's ultimately what gave her the advantage.
12 multi-goal games for Sam Apuzzo. Team Cummings' bench jumping for joy, led there by the defender, number 24, Sarah Brown. Apuzzo with the refreshments. Drinks are on the house after you score like that. With 1:24 remaining in the third, Sam leads the league in goals. Folks, coming up on Wednesday night, 10:30 Eastern, a must-see NWSL showdown as leader of the pack, the Portland Thorns look to stay on top in a battle against Gotham FC. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS Sports Network. Joe and Courtney with you with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network. Fans checking it out. Sam Apuzzo is climbing. She's now in 5th. The top 4 will be receiving medals in the closing ceremonies tonight.
Joe, that's easily attainable for her to continue moving up. Right now they're leading quarter 3, and if she gets those 20 points, that would propel her into 4th place over Kayla Wood.
Katie Glynn just over 1,600. It was Glynn's team earlier, a 7-6 overtime winner over Kylie Oldmiller. Alyssa Perella had 3 goals in that game, including the eventual game winner. Waters barking out encouragement to Warden at the draw circle. It had been a long, long drought for some 20 minutes, and now the scoring is picking up. In the clutch, who delivers? McCool gets possession. Whistle here. with 72 seconds left in the third. Final game of the season of 30. All these great players have been working over the last 5 weekends. They receive base pay, they receive win bonuses, leadership bonuses. On the leaderboard is where they are all fixated for the final 8+ minutes.
We see this different look inside, working the elbows. Upwards of 2 players inside at any one time. That's going to make the defensive zone have to change a little bit. They can't stay in their current setup and match 2 cutters on the inside.
Captain Cummings said that her squad was figuring it out, that they were learning how to probe this zone D. 20 seconds left in the quarter, 7 in the shot clock. Tumalo feed it inside. That pass is deflected. Swarming defense from Kaylee Waters and her mates. McCool trying to come up with it with 6 seconds left in this quarter. So importantly, that last goal from Apuzzo wins the third quarter for the team in gold. 20 points for everybody in gold. They win the third quarter just 2-1. Down the stretch, it's the home stretch. The fourth quarter is next, tearing it up. Sort of shocking when you look at the scoreboard divvied up by quarters. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse has been much more high scoring than this, but in the final game of the regular season, final game of a Sunday championship weekend, it's 4-3 for Team Waters. Kaylee's squad wins the first, wins the second, so they have 40. Team Cummings gets off the mat there and picks up 20 in the third.
And that was important for them to not be swept thus far by Team Waters. Kaylee is nipping at the heels of Taylor Cummings. She's in second place right now in terms of overall leaderboard points. When we look at this low scoring, it doesn't necessarily benefit any of the players individually. Statistically, you want to see high scoring, a lot of goals, assists. That's what gets you moving up the ladder quickly. Obviously, you earn more with those quarter points, but you still need stats.
The ever-present smile on the face of netminder Kaylee Waters. Her team has the 4-3 lead after 3 quarters of play. Team Cummings, Taylor's squad, ripped up on Ole Miller Friday, beat Glenn Saturday, both of those convincing scores, but Team Waters has had the antidote for Taylor Cummings tonight.
We see Taylor highlighted in gold right there. She's looking to take shots from far and close, anything that can give her a good look at the cage, but defensively, they're stifling inside. They're making sure to collapse and crash very quickly. Even though they're in that zone defense, they're all moving again as a unit together. So very impressive to watch.
While Cummings has been blanketed, Apuzzo, as usual, has stepped to the front.
Sam is so good at making sure that she's putting herself in the best possible position to receive that ball. And she's a shooter. She likes to shoot that ball. She knows that opportunities arise, and they don't arise often with this zone defense. So she's making the most of anything that's put in front of her.
Apuzzo made the big jump, right? She moved from 10th to 3rd with her 300-plus points in the first 2 games of this weekend. You see how things shape up for Sam. The top 4 will be receiving medals in the closing ceremonies. The final game of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network. So many tremendous people to thank for their efforts throughout the last 5 weekends. Sherry, Holly, CJ, DJ, all the Athletes Unlimited executives and officials, and of course the co-founders, Jonathan and John. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of it. Marie McCool, 6-on-6 with Cummings, tiptoeing into the 4th quarter now in a 1-point nail-biter. Quick pass to the interior. Snapshot sent wide by Apuzzo, who is flashing to the cage. Tumalo there to back it up. Michelle Tumalo skipping back behind the cage, working on around. Ronbeck, pump fake. Lindsay, a second hitch. She'll take it for a ride. Shot clock's at 10. Ronbeck on the sneak. Great look inside. Cummings is there. So is Waters at point blank range.
Offensively, that was great movement. They were working together. It's just that final piece, finishing that shot, making sure that you make it count. We see right here Michelle Tumalo with the ball in her stick. Lindsay Ronbeck, eyes up. Taylor Cummings right on the doorstep of Kaylee Waters, and she said, no way.
You still think about Waters as a two-time National Goalie of the Year. Highlights like that show you why. She was so terrific at North Carolina and exceptional in her Athletes Unlimited finale tonight. As good as it gets. Kenzie Kent working it against Becca Block, a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year, to be voted on by the players and the Unlimited Club. Shuffle shot there from Kent, denied by Reed. Britt's been so great wearing the microphone for us. All the players, the facilitators, their families, friends, and loved ones, we thank them for the last 5 weekends of play. Everybody connected with the Maureen Hendricks Field here at the Maryland Soccerplex. The operations staff for a job very well done. We battled through a lot of inclement weather.
Joe, offensively on that last possession, Team Waters just didn't seem to have any sense of urgency. You want to manage the clock, and you certainly want to take as much time as possible when you're at the lead. However, you want to make sure that you're getting good looks at the cage, and they just seem too cavalier on that last one.
Potentially here another turnover. A hard-working effort on the ground ball belongs to Apuzzo. Fantastic work there. She's ripped off again. Holly Riley overruns it. One of the players on the mom squad of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Tremendous work by Holly to get ready for this season as the shot clock violation blares out. Less than 5 minutes to go. 4-3 for Team Waters in the orange. We shout out thanks to all the men and women in our TV crew. Yeoman work for the last 5 weeks in so many different capacities. We appreciate their help. Sloppiness at the midline, and then a foul there. Down to the deck rudely goes McPartland.
Joe, those miscues that Team Waters is having, it's all about heads up, finish the play. We heard them say we're a little frantic, and they still seem frantic as they're clearing the ball.
Holly Riley there, number 2 in the orange. All those 300-meter sprints on the beach. Getting ready for the final 4.5 minutes. Ella Simpkins, who has the lead strike as we go down the stretch. Geico leaderboard, Courtney. Top 4 get medals. Taylor Cummings still well in the driver's seat, but look at the race at 4 and 5. Sam Apuzzo is within 2 points of Kayla Wood, who played earlier today in victorious fashion for Team Glenn in overtime.
Joe, we have over 4 minutes left in this game. 2 points, that's a ground ball or a draw control. Very attainable for Sam Apuzzo, a player who's quite literally all over the field. I mean, she could even get a caused turnover. That's how hard she rides on the defensive end.
All of these close scores today, just par for the course in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. The fans and the viewers on CBS Sports Network have come to know it well. More than half of the games decided by 2 points or less. Looks like we've got another one of those beauties shaping up now. Taylor Cummings plays catch with Tumalo. Whistle blares out. The officials, Erica Leslie, Peggy Salucci, Kathy Russo, and Liz Brush. Restarting things.
Joe, for the second time today, we're seeing that blocking call.
A free position shot. Captain, my captain. Cummings against Waters. Cummings to the cage, bounced it over top. Missing the mark at a critical juncture there. Tumalo jogs it in from the end line. Lindsay Ronbeck has been a spark plug wherever she's been playing throughout the Athletes Unlimited lacrosse season. 19 different players wore all 4 different colors. Tumalo, watched carefully by Wakefield. Waters' team stays in the zone. It has frustrated McCool. Apuzzo looks to go. Apuzzo fires, score! Hello from
2! Sam Apuzzo putting Team Cummings on her back. We saw her do so many things at Boston College. Never quite able to come up with that national championship as a player, but she did so as a part of their staff this past year in 2021. She likes the situations where you put her on the line. That was, we see her teammate down low, Lindsay Ronbeck, almost screened Kaylee Waters as this shot was getting ready to be taken. Kaylee couldn't quite see it come out of her stick with Ronbeck cutting through. But love how she's willing to shoot, put the team on her back when it's needed. And at this point, 2 points puts them in the lead.
I see you, Sarah. I see you, Britt Brown. Sam Apuzzo, the hat trick. She leads the league in hat tricks with 8. It's the first lead on the night for Team Cummings with less than 4 minutes to go in the 4th. Sam Apuzzo, one of those players who's worn all 4 colors in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. You can color her tickle pink right now. After that, 2. On the draw control, Warden gets it. Waters won the first 3 of the game, but since then, Team Cummings has had 6 of the last 7 possessions off the draw. The officials giving Team Cummings the ball once again. The pass to the interior. There's the great defense of Simpkins. Just one of the reasons why she's a Defensive Player of the Year finalist. With Becca Block and Kayla Wood. There is a card coming out. This is going to be a player up.
Joe, back and forth play again. Those unforced turnovers have plagued both teams. After they get possession, they're just trying to, it's almost like it's hotcakes. Get the ball out of my stick as opposed to placing it, getting it there safely. And then Ella Simpkins coming up with that huge caused turnover. She anticipated so very well defensively.
Marie McCool gets bounced from the field with the yellow card. Player up for Team Waters in orange. In this 4th quarter, just the 2-point goal from Apuzzo. So those 20 points that are on the line presently are in place for Team Cummings. Long way to go in regulation, 3 minutes right now. Taryn Vanthoff, Johansson, Kenzie Kent, then Warden. Levy thinking about it, didn't take it that time. Nicole Levy to a better shooting angle. Johansson also bluffs the 2. Cummings was right there in her grill. Johansson on the feed. Kenzie Kent with 15 seconds to shoot. Warden around the horn. Levy well on top of the 8-meter key. Skip it through to Warden. Isolating against Pelton. Nothing there. Levy drifting. Pitches away. Great defense by Cummings. And they force the 60-second shot clock violation. How about that from the player down unit?
Defensively, that zone was just about as good of what we're seeing on the opposite end of the field. They were moving together.
Green card coming out. Another player up situation. Taryn Vanthoff exiting. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Just one champion after 5 weekends of work. We'll crown one champion in a little over 2 minutes time, and perhaps more than that. Taylor Cummings in the lead.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
Katie Glenn, very interested bystander, watching how this game unfolds. Sammy Jo Tracy, all eyes on the leaderboard, the Geico overall leaderboard, with just now 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the fourth quarter of regulation time. Everybody getting rehydrated. Geico overall leaderboard, Sam Apuzzo is now in fourth. Kaylee Waters captaining her side, dressed in orange, in second and comfortably. Katie Glenn sitting in third. Apuzzo has her within reach.
Joe within reach. At this point, Team Cummings has a 1-0 lead in the fourth quarter. She could get 20 points right there. And if they finish the game in lead, that's another 45. So 65 total points without her even having another statistical category or an MVP vote.
There's no chance for the two Kaylas, Kayla Wood and Kayla Trainer, to advance. They've run their race. They are finished with their 2021 season. We are going to inscribe a champion into the Book of Unlimited, Court. The book weighs 25 pounds, it's 500 pages long, and it was opened first for the opening ceremonies of softball.
The champion, along with all those who compete, are inscribed inside of the Book of Unlimited. It contains a history of achievement of the athletes, stories, highlights, events. What a great tradition, a part of Athletes Unlimited.
Cummings just a couple minutes away. Waters in the runner-up spot. 5-4 for the team dressed in gold. Ronbeck walks it ahead. Apuzzo has been the hero in the second half.
Joe, there's not a lot of time left on that player-up situation. Taryn Van Toff will be coming in from the sideline in a hurry.
.22 seconds to shoot. Just dripping time off the game clock, down to 90 seconds in regulation. Apuzzo working in. Getting to the cage, sharp angle, score! Right on time, Marie McCool.
It's not about how many you score, but when you score. Marie McCool has been quiet this game in terms of getting herself in the gold category. However, that's a big one, substantial, putting her team up by 2. We see again that quick ball movement. Taylor Cummings was open, showing herself, but Marie McCool initiating with that dodge has what's proved successful for Team Cummings.
In her sophomore year at North Carolina, she was cut from the national team. She told us that it motivated her. She had a brilliant collegiate career, and you would expect the sky to be the limit for Marie McCool in Athletes Unlimited. She's just given the team dressed in gold a 2-point lead with just more than 80 seconds left. Hugely important draw right now. Warden against Apuzzo. Scraped out of there by Apuzzo, batted down by Cummings. Warden on the run, can she come up with the scoop? There was a horn, there was possession. Apuzzo was not pleased. That's facilitator Abby Jackson wanting a word with the officials just the same. In this fourth quarter, the score is being led by Team Cummings. Those 20 points are on the line for her. There was a timeout called by Team Waters. This has been a thrilling conclusion to Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Our Geico Defensive Play of the Game. Back to the keeper, Kaylee Waters.
Kaylee Waters in the first half was outstanding. She was zoned in, Nothing was getting by her. She was a brick wall in the cage. That quarterback of this zone defense that's proved difficult for Team Cummings to get around. She did an outstanding job keeping her team within this game. Kaylee Waters, the Geico defensive play of the game.
1,722 total points. You see how it's been broken down. She's been part of a winner. She's amassed a lot of stat points on her own. Her teammates have loved voting for her in the MVP balloting, and as a result, she's in second place overall. Defensive Players of the Year, the nominees for that award, voted by the players of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse and by members of the Unlimited Club. We'll be handing that award out soon to either Becca Block, Ella Simpkins, or Kayla Wood. And trust me, you could not go wrong with any of those three protecting your goalie. Kayla looks on. Kylie Ohlmiller there, watching the exciting conclusion of a 6-4 game being led by the team in goal. In the fourth, 3-0 for Team Cummings. Team Waters has just one shot in the fourth. Haley Warden on the go, picked up by Cummings. A two-way midfielder. Warden fires, stopped there by Reed. Ball down, goosed in! It's scooped in! Right out of the field hockey playbook. It's 6-5.
Finishing the play is something that every single coach talks about. And this was a perfect example of that. The initial dodge by Haley Warden, a stop by Britt Reed, and then we see right here, following it up and through, Taryn Van Thoff. One more time, Haley Warden, a quick save, and then Taryn keeping her eye on that ball, making sure it was in her stick as she does. Joe, they've been practicing Top Golf a lot. Kind of a little golf move right there. Generally, those balls are rocketed high. I think that was a bit of deception, and a great job by Taryn Van Thoff. 7
tallies for her on the season. This is the final game of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Great to have you on board CBS Sports Network. It's presented by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Can Team Waters do it? Can they rally? The Van Thoff goal 34 seconds after the McCool strike. It's a 1-point game. Draw possession, ball down. McCool's speed gets her there ahead of Simpkins, who tries to use the sideline as an extra defender. The pickup by McCool and the timeout for Team Cummings.
That ever important draw control certainly needed by Team Waters, but we've seen their defense. They have the ability to cause turnovers. But that last one was so important, and Team Cummings coming up with it. Tremendous job by Marie McCool, who's been so good between the goals, showing herself offensively and defensively. This game she has just one goal, but her ability to work hard, get those little balls, ground balls, draw controls, super intense.
Courtney, this has been a fabulous game. Low scoring for sure, but entertaining. And Sam Apuzzo has helped to take Team Cummings from the brink at just the right time.
Sam Apuzzo, she's shown her range in tonight's game. As we look at her, always popping, asking for the ball. She likes being on the big stage. She's played in multiple tight games, and she has risen to the occasion. Her dodging capability, her shiftiness, her ability to precisely shoot the ball, I think is what's separating her right now in this final game, propelling her team.
So explosive. All the hat tricks, 8 of them, and she has moved up to the top 4. If she stays there, she'll be among the medalists. In gold for the champion, the #1 overall, 58 players in residence when we started back over some 5 weekends, all the way to battle to this very moment. Now, can you play keep away? Apuzzo chased by Johansson. Cummings offers to Ronbeck one-on-one. She scores! Mommy, you better be sure you're going to score that one.
Joe, as exciting as that was, Sam Apuzzo using her speed to evade the defensive player's quick ball movement. Taylor Cummings had her eyes up. Ronbeck right here. Taylor Cummings seeing her streaking through. Just like you had mentioned, she better finish that. All you have to do is run out the shot clock. At this point, Team Waters has an opportunity to potentially get back into this game, but Taylor, so proud of the team that she's chosen as the captain. Great job last week and this week, assembling a team who works hard and plays together.
Man, oh man, that's gutsy from Lindsay Ronbeck in a one-point game. Yeah, if it's an open goal, I see it, but you were one-on-one there with Waters, who's been hot as a pistol, but she converted. It's a 2-point game, 30 seconds left. Does it become academic now? Ball down. Scoop for McKenzie, part of the player executive committee. There's a whistle. Official Erica Leslie gonna give the ball to the team in goal. Final 20 seconds of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Cummings fittingly with the ball, fumbled it though. Waters is gonna go the other way. Kaylee feeds it down the flank for Levy. Levy, pump fake, trailing by 2. Johansson fires just wide. 2-1, and it is time. It's all over. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, Taylor Cummings. She will wear gold to her coronation. Champion of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Cummings wins the game 7-5. That's worth 45 points. Team Cummings wins the fourth quarter. That's worth 20 points. And solidifies Team Cummings and Taylor's hold on the #1 overall position. It got squirrely there for a while, didn't it?
They took it down to the very wire, making plays on both sides of the field. Tremendous.
That was a 2-point attempt from Amanda Johansson that would have tied the game. Britt Reed and her mates doing the job after the Van Thoff goal made it 6-5. Ronbeck converted to give Taylor Cummings an extra cushion. She and her mates celebrate a spotless weekend. 3 games, 3 victories.
Joe, as we heard Kaylee Waters talk about her team, they've been so close so many times. And this one provided an amazing game for all the fans in the stands. Both teams competing, but it's about that extra play. Every moment, every ground ball, every little thing counts and matters in this league.
7-5 the decision. Sam Apuzzo brilliant in the second half, helping the team dressed in gold get into the winner's circle, and victorious captain Taylor Cummings is joining us. Taylor, what are your emotions right now?
I mean, if that's not a definition of like a team win, I don't know what is. Sam Apuzzo, Marie McCool, Britt Reed, Becca Block, Lindsay Ronbeck, everyone just played so selflessly. A really ugly game of lacrosse that was all about the little things and those little moments. And I'm just really grateful to be surrounded by such amazing people.
Taylor, that last time out that your team had taken, what was the sentiment and the feelings going forward?
Just to finish, you know, we've played 15 games over 5 weeks, and we had like 40 seconds left. So just to empty the tank and enjoy it no matter the outcome.
Taylor, you're the first ever Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse champion. When you reflect back on it, when you have time to, I know it's so fresh right now, but what will it mean to you to have accomplished this over the last 5 weeks?
You know, it's a huge honor. It's incredibly humbling, especially when there's so many amazing people out here. I think, if anything, today was a true example of needing to be around and surrounded by incredible players and teammates. They won that game. I didn't play that well. They did that, and it's a testament to the talent and selflessness in this league. So I'm incredibly humbled, and anyone is deserving, and just to be on amazing teams and be surrounded by such good people is just a true privilege.
Taylor, as you see the fans in the stands, those watching on TV, what's your message for all the young lacrosse players out there?
Just to keep going, keep dreaming, keep pushing. We're the first for this kind of league, and the young girls watching are going to be the players that we cheer on in the years to come. So no dream is too big, and just to keep going for anything that you wish.
Taylor, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Taylor Cummings and the team dressed in gold as they vote for the MVP of this contest. The time ticked off, arms raised in jubilation. The captain is now the queen, the champion of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. This was a remarkable lacrosse game filled with plenty of back and forth. Low scoring, and once again decided by just 2 points or less. And the fans, impressionable youngsters in the stands, watching these two great captains acknowledge each other for their hard work over the last 5 weeks. Such a great performance. Kaylee Waters is joining us now. Kaylee, in defeat, what are your thoughts? I think you reflect on 5 weeks of tremendous team play. Yourself individually, though, your thoughts on this one tonight?
Tough one to lose. We came out really hard. Thought the defense played incredible. I'm so happy for them, and even the team. We had good energy throughout the whole game, and even when we lost, I'm proud that they kept their heads up because, you know we gave it our all, and we're playing for each other.
Kaylee, as you look at the team that you chose last Monday, the sentiments that you feel with this being your last game with them.
Yeah, I said many times, guys, I'm probably going to start tearing up. It's happy tears. This is a really incredible experience. Thanks to Athletes Unlimited for setting this up and making us feel like, or putting us as professional lacrosse players, and all these people, lacrosse players, are so incredible. It's been really fun to form bonds on and off the field and really go hard.
Kaylee, in this fourth quarter, where did the game shift?
Transition was tough. I think the gold team, they came out pretty hard on attack, started to dodge a little bit more, and we kind of struggled a little in transition, and we had opportunities on attack, but they didn't fall. But we still gave it our all, and I'm so proud of the team and everyone. They were all over every single play, and that's just so exciting to see and be a part of.
Kaylee, despite the loss, the fact that you were able to hold them just to 7 goals, you do have to feel incredibly proud of your defense that was in front of you and the saves that you had made.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense, they gave it their all, and we changed it up from the past 2 games. We had been in man, and this time we went in zone, and everyone really played together as a team. Ella, Caroline, and the middies, and Amber, and Holly. I'm just so proud of how they played. They gave it their all.
Kaylee, thank you so much for letting us watch you work, and the last 5 weeks you were outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been amazing.
Kaylee Waters figures to be a medalist among the top 4. Taylor Cummings, #1 overall. And she admitted, the champion admitted, that it was Sam Apuzzo who helped her mates get to victory lane tonight.
Sam Apuzzo, what a great job. She's always putting herself in position. We've seen a lot of games thus far with Team Cummings. This was their 3rd one. She battled at the draw control. She scored goals. She rode hard, causing turnovers. It was her intensity on the field that I think was most recognizable.
Sam Apuzzo, a brilliant fourth quarter by you and your mates. What happened? What changed?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we were down. We knew we were deep, their defense was playing really well. We just had to kick it into a new gear. We knew this was the last quarter of the last game of the season, that we had to empty our tank and kind of give it all we had and put everything on the field.
Sam, I know you're going to deflect this next question and talk about the team, but what lanes open for you offensively in order to kind of put the team on your back?
Yeah, I mean, their defense was playing a really packed-in defense, which is hard to find those lanes. I was just trying to find small spaces where I could see the whoever had the ball and kind of make eye contact and connect with them. But my teammates were really doing a good job of occupying their defense to move.
Sam, how difficult is it to stay patient when you're working against a zone like that?
It's really hard, right? You always want to kind of get the ball in. A lot of passes look open. People look open in the middle, but they're kind of baiting you to pass those so they can knock it down. So you have to be really patient and make sure that you're getting the best option.
Sam, thank you so much. That was great work.
Thanks so much.
Sam Apuzzo, victorious with Team Cummings, a 7-5 decision. All the players, all 58 out there with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Stay right there with us. When we return on CBS Sports Network, it'll be time for the closing ceremonies. Taylor Cummings and her mates, Britt Reed there with a big hug. The victory to Taylor Cummings and her squad. What was a fantastic 5 weekends of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. It ends exactly as we would have expected, with brilliance on the field from these players. Folks, it's my pleasure to welcome everyone here and watching around the world to the closing ceremonies of the inaugural Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse season. A special hello, everybody. A special hello to everyone watching in Rosemont, Illinois. Best wishes to all the Athletes Unlimited softball players. We can't wait to see season number 2. Folks, before I introduce the dignitaries joining me today, and before we hand out the awards, please allow me a moment to share words of gratitude to this incredible group of players, facilitators, officials, league executives, their families and loved ones. A round of applause, please. The last 5 weekends were an incredible display of lacrosse talent. You conducted yourselves beautifully on and off the field, and it was my honor to put words of description to your brilliant play in this stadium. Congratulations to all of you. Another round of applause from everyone in attendance for making the summer of 2021 memorable for all the right reasons. Thank you. Joining me here on the field, co-founders of Athletes Unlimited, Jonathan Soros, CEO and co-founder, John Patrikoff. My boys! Gentlemen! Ladies and gentlemen, we are also joined by the Player Executive Committee. Members Kayla Trainer, Michelle Tumalo, Katrina Dowd, and the co-chairpersons Mira Shane and Amber McKenzie. Time for the awards. We saw an incredible display of defense in this game tonight. First up, our Geico Defensive Player of the Year, Kayla Trainer, will be presenting. This award voted on by the players and by members of the Unlimited Club. She was the first defender selected in the draft in all 5 weeks. She plays for a special cause named Harlem Lacrosse. We say congratulations to the 2021 Athletes Unlimited Geico Defensive Player of the Year, Becca Block. She does it with tremendous speed. She does it effortlessly. Becca Block, our Defensive Player of the Year. 4 medalists in reverse order, 58 players, 5 weekends worth of work, and we kept watching the Geico leaderboard shuffle and switch, and it did all the way through to the final horn tonight. 4th place. I love goalies. I have a soft spot for goalies. And when they play as well as they do in the clutch, in the second half, like this player did, she was a captain, she was a savior of her team at times. In 4th place, Katie Glynn. Thank you to Michelle Tumalo for placing the medal on Katie's neck. Katie plays for Friends of Jacqueline.
I see you, Glennie.
Setting up now for 3rd place. When the chips were down in the 4th quarter tonight, Team Cummings needed a player to rise up and be heroic. This player led Athletes Unlimited in goals. She scored in every single game she played. She led the league in hat tricks. She did it again. 3rd place, Sam Apuzzo. Accepting her medal from Katrina Dowd. Sam plays for Headstrong Foundation. Incredibly, she moved up 38 spots in the last 4 weeks of this season. The countdown continues. 2nd place. Well, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar, but we play games here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex, maybe 5 minutes away from Waters Road. Interesting, they've already named streets after her. 2nd place, the outstanding goalie, Kaylee Waters. Accepting the award from fellow keeper Mira Shane. Kaylee plays for Harlem Lacrosse. She earned MVP status 6 times. That adds up in a hurry with all those wins and all those saves. Which brings us to our champion. Something to be said for players who play an all-around game. And when you are handed a stat sheet, as I am, and Courtney Martinez Connor are after games, and you look at the box score, every time you look at this player, you see big numbers across the board. And when you win in Athletes Unlimited, and when you stat like this player does, you're bound to be the champion. Number 27, Taylor Cummings. Accepting the award with a big bear hug from Amber McKenzie. 100+ points on the leaderboard in 10 different games. She didn't need one of those performances tonight, but she and her mates win it by the final of 7-5, and she is our inaugural champion. Congratulations to all the players on a fantastic inaugural season. With that, we will inscribe the champion's name into the Book of Unlimited. The book will be traveling to the softball season, start of season number 2, set to begin in Rosemont, Illinois, this coming Saturday. So many great moments, so many memories, so many incredible personalities. And with that, we remind you just how great these players have been. Over their 30 games, 15 each as a player, goal after goal, save after save. Let's look back at the best of Athletes Unlimited 2021, tearing it up. There are 57 players in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
What a great thing that these players have in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
Execution. Ripping through it like a tornado. No, nothing is safe. And wherever we land, it's never gonna be the same no more. Tearing it up, throwing it down, taking over this town. Tonight we're making up new rules. Yeah, you know how we do.
Good stick check there.
Can't get enough, can't get enough. Tearing it up.
Yes, Katie! Great save by Benson.
Gonna treat the sun like it's never, ever gonna come up again. Ain't no telling where we're going. Ain't no way they won't know where we've been. Tearing it up, throwing it down, taking over this town. Tonight we're making up new rules. Yeah, you know how we do. Can't get enough, can't get enough. Tearing it up.
Behind the back! Hello, Hallie Majorana starts the league in style. Fortunato on a breakaway. Score!
You can basically look at any of these players, Joe, and say, I want them on my team.
This isn't your pretty pink umbrella in a drink night. This ain't your spaghetti strap little black dress night. All I'm saying is that you better get your game face on. Vodka Red Bull, make it strong. We're tearing it up all night long.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Waters makes the save. Trainer right on in. Forget about it.
Tremendous effort by both teams.
Kenzie Kent. Quick stick. Score! Arsenal! Cummings inside, point blank, she scores. Ladies and gentlemen, time to share the mic with your champion, Taylor Cummings.
Hi, guys. I'm going to be brief. I just want to say thank you to John and Jonathan, the PEC, and everyone who made this possible. Last summer, we were sitting on our couches watching the men play, and to be out here with such a strong group of women who are role models who have taken this sport to the next level is such an honor. I loved this entire experience. I loved playing alongside every single one of you, and this is not a medal for me, it's a medal for all of us for taking this sport to the next level. So you guys are awesome. I love you all, and thank you.
Taylor, very nice work. Congratulations to Taylor Cummings. And one final word now from members of our Player Executive Committee.
All right, first of all, we'd like to thank all the fans for coming. This was definitely the most electric night we've had here at Athletes Unlimited. We'd also like to thank all the support staff. You guys have been amazing. The facilitators, you guys have also been so amazing. And then lastly, we'd like to thank John and Jonathan. You guys made all of our dreams come true, and it's been an amazing experience for every single one of us, so thank you.
Thank you. I couldn't hear. Hey everyone, gonna keep it super brief so I don't cry. You all made this league this. It was the personalities, it was the relationships. We're coming out with super good friends out of this because we went through the highs, we went through the lows, the 5 weeks at Homewood Suites, the extra towels, our boy Paul at the front desk. Like, we made those relationships, and I'm never gonna forget any one of y'all. When I first spoke to you guys at the beginning of this, I asked you, why do you play? And everybody showed me from your hearts why you play. Whether it's your cause or just a conversation in the elevator or the way that you play on the field, that's why you play. So when the clouds come in this fall or winter and you're really missing lacrosse, know that we're thinking about you, the league is thinking about you, and we're here for you always. So thank you so much for taking a chance on us. Love you.
Why are you so amazing?
Fantastic, Mira, thank you. I think that's the definition of professional. All of you incredibly professional. Congratulations once again on a job very, very well done. To all the fans here at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex, thank you so much for turning out. Our players appreciate it. We love you, and we love your love for the game of lacrosse. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and thank you for supporting.